Hey guys, Sam from Manfa's Makes. How are you all? Welcome back to all my returners and hi to any newbies. It's so great to have you here. Please do stick around a while, and if you like what you see, please give me a thumbie. They are free, right? There's no Moose Mike. I'm sorry. Message from Mike. He has had a really hard week at work. He has had lots of earlier starts than normal, and he has had to travel out of town to do some training. Therefore, there has been no crochet time for Mike at all, apart from Tile of the Week, which you should have saw yesterday. So, unfortunately, there is no progress on the shawl, and there is no progress on his heel and coo, but he assures us that he will be back next week because, fingers crossed, he will get some more crochet time in leading up to next week. So he loves you loads, but he will see you at the live tomorrow. So you've only got me today, folks, but that's okay because I've got plenty to show. Bit of a backstory. I had a procedure done 2 to 3 weeks ago. I was told that there was a chance of infection, and lo and behold, I got said infection. So on Friday I went to my GP, I was given a bucket load of antibiotics, and I am having to go back this coming Monday for a checkup and to have bloods taken just to make sure that everything is healing how it should. And therefore I have been feeling really lousy, really crummy, and I have had time off of work because I am physically not able to do the job that I do. And if you are new here, I am a housekeeper at a country hotel, which means that I am in charge of cleaning the rooms and bathrooms and also the common areas of the hotel that all the guests use. So it is very physically demanding, changing beds, scrubbing showers, toilets, baths, floors, you name it, I've got to do it. So hoovering, dusting, the lot. So I've just been too tired, guys. I've been washed out. I have been drained. So I have had to use up some of my vacation time in order for me to have a break from work, but to make sure that I still get paid. So yes, Manfa's been a bit of a poorly bunny, but hopefully Manfa is on the uphill stretch now. So fingers crossed, another few days and I will be feeling a-okay and I will be fit as a fiddle. Anyway, that means because I haven't been going to work, my adult life has not been interfering with my crochet time. I have managed to get a lot of crochet done. So, are you ready? You might want a drink and a snack and a project because I don't know how long I'm going to be. I will be as quick as I can without rushing it or missing details. But I have at least 5 project bags to show you. So, yeah, buckle in. Let's go for a ride. Anyway, the first one I am going to show you today is the stitch sampler throw that I am making as part of a crochet along with the gorgeous Litsa over at Coco's Crochet. If you don't know Litsa, why don't you know Litsa? She's absolutely lovely and she comes on regularly with her cute Pomeranian dog Coco, and they fill us in on all their crochet adventures over in Sydney, Australia. Litsa was super kind to send me in Happy Mail a copy of the calendar that she is using as our points of reference to make this crochet along. Here is the calendar in question, Spectacular Sydney. I still feel super honoured to have my own copy. Thank you so, so much. And we, guys, are already, where are we? In October, because Litsa picks the colours and the stitches twice a month. So we are putting 2 months of the year into our blanket within 1 month, which means we will be done by the end of June. I can't believe it's gone by so quick. Now, Litsa has stated that you can make whatever project you like, but she did compile a pattern of her own, which is her stitch sampler throw. And basically, for every month of this calendar, Litsa will look at the photograph. Sorry, mine's a bit bent and a bit beaten up because it's been living in my project bag with all my yarn. She will look at the picture and she will select what colours she can find. She will put them in a box and then she will blindly pick 3 colours, which will be the colours we put into our project, and then she will add a wildcard colour. So we put 4 colours in every month and we do the stitches that Litsa has picked for the stitch sampler, or if you're working independently from the stitch sampler and doing something else, you just use the colours so that you are cohesive with what Litsa is doing. So this photo is an aerial view of Sydney's northern beaches. Oh, wish I was there right now, not even gonna lie. Oh, yeah, living the dream. Anyway, shall we see what colours were put in this time? And I am making this blanket for Rolo. It is decided. He had a haircut recently, and even though the temperature is warming up, because of the medication that he is on, he gets cold very, very quickly. So this is going to be Rolo's blankie. And I'm just going to show you it folded in quarters just for ease. So the colours we put in this time are grey, blue, yellow and tan. Now mine is a very pale beige, but it was the closest I could get to tan. And we did the double crochet crisscross and the half double as the stitches this time. We will be using the same stitches for November, but of course Litsa has to pick the next 4 colours. And I believe she's going to be doing that tomorrow, which is awesome, which means I can get the next part into my blankie. So there we go. Is it tomorrow Litsa's doing it? I'm not sure. No, maybe it's next week. Keep an eye on Litsa's channel. She will pull the colours when it is time. So those are the 4 that I've put in. I will link Litsa's channel. Check her out. Watch some of her videos. See how awesome she is. And then become a member of her family, which means subscribe. And I will also link Litsa's playlist for this crochet along down below as well, so that you can see it from the beginning to the end. She also does little mini tutorials for the stitches she has chosen if you are a beginner or if you are not familiar with the stitches that she has done, and she does a fabulous job. It is just such a lovely, mindless, relaxing project, and as you can see, because we're in October, it is getting big. So there are all the months that we have done up to here, which is October. So I look forward to the new colours and putting those in. But yes, we only have 2 more lots of colours to go. Can't believe it. But it has been super fun, and because I'm only doing 8 rows each time, it is super quick. And if you are looking for a project to use up scraps or anything like that, maybe jump on board. It's never too late. Never ever is it too late. You could even do it a year from now because it's that good. So there we have it. There is my stitch sampler throw with the beautiful Litsa. So that's my first crochet along. Now my next crochet. Oh, better put the calendar back in the bag. Don't want to misplace it now, do I? There we go. Okay, my next crochet along is Luck of the Draw 7. Who started it? Well, that would be Nancy, or known as Nan, from Nan's Next Knots. If you're not familiar, I'll put her link down in the description box. Check her out, join her family, which means subscribe, and be a part of the gang, because it is brilliant doing Luck of the Draw 7. And then you're saying, what is Luck of the Draw 7, Sam? Luck of the Draw 7 is Nancy's brainchild, and basically you pick one main colour that you use every single week, and you separate that main colour with 8 other colours that you have selected. You will put a number to those 8 colours, and then you will watch Nan every Thursday on her channel have all the numbers in her lucky green hat, and she will blindly select the number for the week. And whatever yarn you have put next to that number is the yarn that you put into your project. Now there is a Luck of the Draw blanket. Mike and I did that last time. This time I am doing a blanket, but there have been other projects being done, anything from wraps and shawls, curtains, amigurumis, bags, you name it, people are doing it, and you can do this principle with whatever project you may like. It just basically means that Nan takes the stress out of it for you guys. You picked colours and gave it a number, but she tells you what order to do it. So every week you wait for the number, that's the colour you put in. Don't stress, don't worry. Anyway, this time around I chose a neutral main colour, and then I picked 8 different variegated or self-striping yarns. I am calling this my ugly experiment because I wouldn't normally put such a mishmash hodgepodge of variegateds and self-striping together, but why not, eh? I had so many odd balls and I didn't know what to do with them, so this is giving them a purpose. So, would you like to see my ugly experiment? Now, let's get it unfolded. That is my neutral main colour. It is called Mushroom Stylecraft Special DK. It's acrylic. And most of my other yarns are acrylic as well. Now I am still attached, so bear with me. And I'm going to again show it to you in quarters because it's getting quite big now, guys. And this was my colour for this week. So there are some oranges, some whites, some blues and some pinks, I believe. Yes. Now you can't see any pink on that side, but I can assure you there is pink in with it. There we go. And the stitches I am using is 1 row of half double, followed by 1 row of half double in the 3rd loop, another row of half double, and another row of half double in the 3rd loop. So each of my week's colours and each of my main colour are 4 rows wide. And the half double in the 3rd loop gives this beautiful ridge that looks a bit like knit, but it isn't, guys, it is all crochet. So I managed to get in, I think that was week 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and Nan picked this week's number yesterday, so I need to get over there and see what week 16 is. That means that in 4 weeks, guys, this project will be at an end. So Litz's cowl and this one will be ending roughly the same time. So, however, there is still time to join in, guys, because you only need to do a few rows for each colour. You would soon catch up, but no pressure or anything. It's just an idea, but there's one last look of that variegated with the orange and the blue and the pink. Gorgeous, because actually that one has only been picked 2 other times, so loving it. And you can see all my different colours there. It's not folded great, guys, sorry. So yes, it is getting really big, and this might actually be another Rolo blanket so that he has one that he can use and one in the wash and he won't get cold. So perfect. So that was my luck of the draw 7. If you'd like to know who else is joining in with luck of the draw, if you put in the search bar of YouTube hashtag LOTD7 or hashtag LOTD, anyone that has used those hashtags will pop up and you will have a variety of videos to watch. So, okay, I'm going to carry on with whips, but I do have a couple of FOs. I'm so excited. Okay, so a whip. So this will be my last whip. And it is, of course, my bag day t-shirt that I am doing for hashtag Tanks and Tees 2023. I think I got that right. And the people who are in charge or have made up that hashtag is the wonderful Linan over at Nina's Knots Crochet, who I will link down below, and the lovely Jackie at Crochet DHD. I will link her down below as well. They are a dynamic duo who have tried to create this hashtag to encourage everyone to start making wearables, because it is not as hard as it may appear. It is not as intimidating as it may appear, and just get out of your comfort zone. And I haven't made very many wearables, so this was exactly the challenge that I needed. Now, last week I showed you that I had done one panel, or near enough one panel. Well, this week I now have two of them. I've got two panels. So here is one. This is the second panel that I did. There we go. There's one. And here is two. Now, I am probably going to use this first panel as the one that's going to be on my front, because I like how it pulled a little more evenly. Now, I didn't know that the yarn was going to have this pooling effect, but it has. And because this is a little more even, I think this is going to be my front. And then this one will be the back, because as you can see, it's a bit stripy at the top, diagonal in the middle, and all over the place at the bottom. So this will be my back. So I have my back panel. Yes, I do. And I have my front panel. And I am super pleased with how this is coming out, guys. I will link Linan, Jackie, Crystal at Bag a Day, and I will put Crystal at Bag a Day's tutorial for this exact top down below, so you know where to find it should you want to make one yourself. So now with this, all I've got to do is seam it all together and put on my sleeves and maybe do a bit of edging, and it's done. So hopefully, fingers crossed, when I come back next week it will be done, and I might even be wearing it. You never know. And I really am loving it. Wonderful pattern from Crystal, easy to follow, simple. It's using the primrose stitch. Never used the primrose stitch before, and I love it. So first t-shirt, first time using the primrose stitch, first time using this yarn. Lots of firsts, and I'm doing hashtag shop my stash 2023, because all this yarn for this top was in my stash already. And I am of course using the Karen cotton funnel cakes. I do believe these are now discontinued, so sorry about that, guys. But this is the rose petal colourway, and it is a medium for 100% cotton, and there are 425 yards per cake, 250 grams. I'm not going to give you much more than that because they are discontinued, but as you can see, you've got the greys, the peaches, the pinks. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And I only had 3, and each panel takes up 1 cake and a smidgy bit more. So I've already gone through 2 cakes. This is my last cake. So out of this last cake, I've got to seam it, edge it, and put sleeves on, and I think I'll be okay. Fingers crossed, because this is all I've got, and it's now discontinued. So cross your fingers for me, guys, that I did my maths right and I worked out that I had enough yarn. And for this one, I am using my 5.5mm Clover and More, the green one. Now that I've got into the swing of it, I'm absolutely loving it. The first panel, I got halfway through making the panel and realised I was using the wrong hook size. I was using a 5. So the first attempt, I had to frog out, grab my 5.5, start again, and I did the first panel last week. I have done the second panel this week, and like I said, I hope to seam it and put on the sleeves ready for next week. And then that will be an entry into the hashtag tanks and teas 2023, and Linan is offering 3 chances of winning by, I think it's email, Instagram, or her Facebook group. Go over to her channel, she'll explain it in a lot more detail. And they're both wonderful ladies. I love Lenan and Jackie. They are great viewing people. So even if you don't want to do the tanks and tees, just watch them because their other content is fabulous as well. And you have got until the end of June, so there is still plenty of time to jump in, pick whatever tank or tee pattern you want to make and do it and submit it. You might win a lovely prize from Lenan. But even if you don't want to win a prize, but you do want to challenge yourself to make a wearable, this is the perfect way to do that. And there are lots of lovely tank and tee patterns out there for you guys to find. There really, really is. But yeah, show Lenan and Jackie some love because they are awesome. This is a great hashtag and it really got my booty in gear in making myself make a summer t-shirt, which I can wear, which is awesome. So I will bring you an update on that next week. Hopefully it'll be a completed piece, but I'm not making any promises. Okay, what is next? Right, this I kind of accidentally stumbled across. I went down a bit of a rabbit hole like you do, and I stumbled upon someone talking about wiggle crochet or wiggly crochet, and I thought, what on earth is that? Never heard of it. So I typed it in Google and all that, and lots of stuff came up for it. Apparently, this is not a new technique, but I have never seen it and I have never heard of it. Well, of course, I'm now creatively inspired and I'm like, well, I need to check this out. I need to attempt it for myself just so that I know exactly how the technique is done and to squash that curiosity in me. So as I was scrolling through looking at people's different wiggle or wiggly crochet, I happened upon Moogly. Now Moogly is quite well known in the fibre community, and she had a blog and there was a pattern that was free on her blog. So I scrolled down and I thought, right, that's it, I'm going to try it. So I asked Mike to get down my cotton tote, and my cotton tote's missing because it's in use over there in the other room. I selected my cottons and away I went. And I have to tell you guys, I actually quite enjoyed it. Will I be doing it all the time? No. But is it a cute idea and would even make cute little gifts that are a little bit different? Yeah, for sure. So I picked out a selection of yarns. Now these vary from all over the place really, guys, and I don't really want to go through all of them, but I'll pick one of each type to show you. Okay, right, so I used a mixture of Devanti, which is a brand that you find here in the UK only, and it's a swirl ombre cotton yarn. 155 meters, 100% cotton. They recommend a 5.5mm needle. Produced in PRC, which I believe is China, and there isn't any more details than that really, guys. So I used some of the colours in the Devanti range. I used some of the colours in the Lily Sugar and Cream range. 4-weight, this is the colour red, 100% cotton. Recommends a 5mm crochet hook, 2.5 ounces, 120 yards. You're all pretty familiar with Lily Sugar and Cream. And then I also used Peaches and Cream Stripey for some of the colours. This is my green. This is green stripes for medium. Recommends 5mm crochet hook, made in China, 100% cotton. 102 yards. So I will show you all the colours that I used. Okay, and then I will walk you through what we did. Oh, I was so close to using up a yarn, but that is a scrap, so it'll go back in the pot for another day. But there is a second one here in case I needed it, which I didn't. So this was the starting mesh and the last round. And then I had a yellow and an orange and a pink and a red. Can you see where this is going, guys? And a green and a blue and a purple. I picked a loosely based rainbow for this project. Now, it doesn't sit flat perfectly unless it is on a surface, so please do bear that in mind. I wonder, can I move my camera to show you? So if you get sick because of camera movement, maybe look away just for a second while I move you. Are you ready? Okay. Look. Oh, where are we going? There we go. Look at that, guys. It's a pot holder for me kitchen, so I can put me hot pots and pans on the top. But because it's cotton, it's not going to melt. How awesome is that? Now I will bring it up closer. I'll try and move nice and slowly because a lot of you do get motion sick. Right, are we situated? Give us a second to stop feeling queasy. Okay. So yes, it's a hot pad for my kitchen. Now, how do you do wiggle crochet or wiggly crochet? And it's going to be hard to see because I've already completed it, but you start off with a flat mesh of double crochets and chain spaces and this frilly shell border as well. So you have a flat meshy circle. You then start from the middle and go outwards, and you do a certain pattern within the mesh to create your wiggly crochet. So you start off with a flat piece, and I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. On the flat stitches, you build your stitches upright. So you're not doing flat crochet anymore, guys. You are doing 3D crochet. Can you see? So you hook around. That would have been one of the stitches on the flat mesh, but that stitch looks like this because you're building it up from the flat mesh. Very interesting, and it was quite enjoyable to do because it was something really, really different. So I was glad that I went down that rabbit hole. I was glad that I found a technique and a type of crochet that was new to me. Give it a Google, give it a search. You'll be able to create some of these lovely things. Now with this pot holder pattern, well, she calls it a trivet. I think a trivet's the same thing. I'm not really sure. They're not really a thing here. Anyway, it's a trivet, and also you can do a little smaller one, which would be a dish scrubby, using the same idea. So yes, rainbow wiggly crochet pot holder. And like I said, guys, it doesn't stay flat unless it's pressed down onto the work surface. But there is a good look at how 3D the stitches stand, which is just totally intriguing to me. And also, great way of using up any cotton scraps you may have, because you only need one round of each. It also looks quite pretty on the back. My little boy, I was holding it like this because I was weaving in the circle end, and he went, "Mum, are you making a baby summer hat?" And I said no, because I flipped it over and I said, "No, I'm going to put my hot saucepans on the top so that it doesn't mark my work counters and it doesn't melt the yarn either." So yes, I have a wiggly crochet trivet or hot pad, and it was enjoyable. I learned how to do something new to me, and that is really, really refreshing sometimes. And it really didn't take very long at all, and it is much easier than it sounds. I recommend, give it a look, give it a try. It might just be something that you enjoy. So yes, that's my first FO, my little hot pad. Now, this last thing, and it is the last thing I have to show you today, I because I have, I'm going to move this chair closer to me so I can put it here. Because I have had some unexpected time off and I have had more crochet time, I wasn't planning on making my mum a birthday present. No, I'm not talking about my YT mum. I'm talking about my real, actual mum that lives 10 minutes down the road. I wasn't planning on making my mum anything for her birthday because I didn't think I'd have the time. She's not really into crochet a lot, and I wouldn't really know what to get for her. Anyway, oh, I'll link Moogly's stuff down in the description box for the Wiggly crochet. Just thought I'd better say that. Anyway, went down another little rabbit hole, didn't I? And I discovered she has a YouTube channel and she has a website and all sorts of wonderful things. I think she has an Etsy as well. A lady called Jade, and she is known as Sweet Softies. Now, I had a little nose on her Etsy and I came across a really lovely pattern, which I thought might be a nice little gift idea for my mum. Like I said, she's not really into crochet, so I don't really want to do anything big like a cardigan or whatever, and it's too warm for hat and scarf. She does want a hat and scarf, but I'm going to have to do that for the winter. And I don't really know, my mum's not really a girly girl. She's quite tomboy and practical. So I went down the practical route. And Sweet Softies had this really lovely pattern. And it is called, and again, sorry guys, it's all been crinkled in my project bag. It is called the Tea Rose Spa Set. You get 3 face scrubbies, a soap saver sack, a puff, and a face cloth. And you get the 4-in-1. Now this cost me just over £5, which I didn't think was bad, because technically you get 1, 2, 3, 4 patterns, 4-in-1. So that is just over £1 a pattern, and that is more than reasonable. Now I did make a few tweaks. So I randomly text my mum and I say, Mum, what colour's your bathroom? You know, what towels and stuff. Bear in mind, I'd only been there a couple of days before, but my mum is always changing up the colour schemes of her rooms because she gets bored and she wants something fresh. I had it in my brain that she still had orange. Well, she doesn't have orange anymore. She has grey, yellow and white, and mostly stripes in her towels and accessories and stuff. So I thought, fine, not a problem. Dug through my cotton tote because I already had it out because of the Wiggly crochet. And I found some grey, yellow and white. Now, let's go through the yarn and the hook, and then I'll show you my makes. So, oh, for the Moogly trivet, I used my 4mm Clover and More. It was on the table and I didn't say, so apologies for that. Now, I do have a mixture of yarns here. Here we go. Right, so white. I knew I might need a little bit of it, so I have this cone, and this is the Knit Picks Dishy cotton in the colour white. It is 100% cotton, 760 yards or 400 grams, worsted weight, machine wash, gentle, tumble dry, low. And that made in India. And I have a cone of it. This was given to me in Happy Mail. So I whipped this out and thought, yep, that's going to be my white. And then to match with it, I found this grey. So it's exactly the same stats, except this is called, is there a colour? Where did I see the colour? Dishy. Silver. So white and silver, and I have used a lot more of the silver, as you can tell. So white and silver dishy. And then for plain yellow, I used more of the Davanti that I featured in the Wiggly crochet. So this is yellow cotton yarn, 100% cotton, 155 meters, made in PRC. So there's some yellow to go with my, can you see that? No. White and grey and my yellow. And then I thought, well, I've got a little bit of variegated white and yellow as well. And this is the Lily Sugar and Cream, which I also featured for the other 4-weight colour Daisy Ombre. So I used a combination of the silver, white and yellow. How am I going to do this? Silver, white and yellows. And I made my spar set for my mum as a little birthday gift. I also used my 6mm Clover and More. There we go. Now, shall we see? And I am debating about whether over the weekend I make a little crocheted basket to put all the bits in. And I was also going to get a few bits to go with it. So let's make a start, and I'll let you know what modifications and tweaks that I did as well. Because you know us crocheters, we've got to make it suitable for us. Where's the other? Oh, there it is. Okay, so the first pattern is the 3 face scrubbies. Now I have done a white one, a grey one and a variegated one. Super cute, super pretty, super simple, mainly puff stitches. And I love my mum that much that I did puff stitches. I did not tweak the pattern for these at all, and then I just tied a little bit of yarn around them and tied it in a bow to make them a little bit more pretty. So there are 3 face scrubbies. The next pattern you get is for the poof. Now this I did modify. Hers is only 2 rows of the ruffles, but it was so tiny. It was like, and that's not big enough for an adult. So I did a 3rd row and made it bigger. So here is my poof, and bear in mind he is a bit squished from being in the bag. But there is my poof. And I am super, super proud of it. Now this took the longest to make because you start with 20, the first row takes you to 80, the next row takes you to 320, and that's where you're supposed to stop, but it was itty bitty. So then I took it to 1,280 stitches all the way around. Yeah, Manfa laboured on this one. But it's lovely, soft and squishy, and the beauty of making all of this out of cotton, guys, is you can throw them in the wash to freshen them up and to get them looking good as new again. So there we go, and my little shower puff. Very proud of this one. And then the next pattern you get is for the little soap saver sack, which has its own little drawstring. And I made it out of the yellow and the grey to get a bit more yellow in this set. Nice, simple, easy pattern. I did tweak this as well. I did an extra row of the V-stitches because I wanted it just a little bit taller than what it was. But it's doubles, V-stitches and shells. That's literally it. And then you make your little drawstring. You cinch it together with your little bar of soap in there, and you can actually use the bar of soap while it's in the bag to give yourself a bit of a, you know. So there is that one as well, which I am pleased with. It reminds me a little bit of a pineapple. If these grey bits were green, and maybe if I did that bottom bit in brown, I'd have a pineapple. Just a little bit of creativity there. I don't think my mum wants a pineapple though. Anyway, and then the last thing is the face cloth, and this is a stitch that I have never done before either, guys. This is the Suzette stitch, and here it is. Oh, showing you the wrong way around, I think. The Suzette stitch. So I did it in grey, and then I used the variegated to trim it off. So yes, there is my spar set, guys. Using myself as a table. Where are we going to go? Up here. One lovely little spar set. And now I am going to buy some lovely smelling shower gel to go with her puff. I'm going to buy a bar of soap to put in her soap saver scrubby. I might get her some moisturiser. She could use this to put on her facial moisturiser maybe. So I might put that in the package. And then obviously the flannel as well. So I am going to get a few little what we call smellies And then, like I said, I might crochet a basket just to pop all these little things in and all the little soapy bits as well. But I thought, what a nice little gift set for me mum. What do you think? I love it. I'm really happy with it. So yes, that is my other FO. So I've been a busy girl. Did my 2 crochet alongs. Did my second panel of my t-shirt. Discovered Wiggly crochet and made myself a hot pad. And then discovered a really lovely pattern from Sweet Softies for a spa set for me mum for her birthday, which gives it a bit more of a personal touch. Now my mum has started getting a little bit into paper crafts, guys, and she asked for a glue gun, hot glue gun for her birthday. So not only has Manfa bought her a hot glue gun, she's bought her coloured paper, coloured tissue paper, glue gun, and what else to get? Metallic pens to write on coloured card, and a few other little bits. So there's all her little crafty bits, and I'm glad my mum's getting into a craft. It may not be crochet, but it's still a craft. So I got her her crafty bits, and now I've got her a little personalised self-care bundle as well. So yes, I told you it might be a long one, and it's a good job really that Mike isn't here to show his, otherwise we'd keep you here for about an hour. So love from Mike. He will see you tomorrow at the live. Please do come to the live. It will be an awesome time and so great to see you, considering last week we didn't go. There is also a crochet related haul tomorrow. It's not yarn, but there are crochet related things. Keep your eye out for that. So crochet related haul, then our live, then Sunday there is another yarn haul. Oops. Monday is Magazine Monday, and then the rest of the week you will have to keep coming back and seeing what I've got up my sleeve, because right now I don't really know what I've got up my sleeve. I still put up daily content though, right guys? Anyway, thank you for sticking with me. Thank you for visiting with me. Enjoy your weekend ahead. Have a fabulous weekend. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow at the live, but I will definitely see you in the next video. So until then, stay safe, be kind, look after one another, get some good quality time in with your loved ones, and get some good quality crafting time in. I will see you in the next one or around the YouTube streets. Bye guys, love you loads.